Welcome to Sunnyside Certified. This is Tiger, and for this episode, we're going to continue on with our fuel issues. And to start out, I got the fuel filter cleaned out here. Now, did I drop that somewhere? I don't know. May want to straighten that out, but it was pretty filthy before. And I got that cleaned out. It's a stainless steel mesh. I think it was 35 micron. And we're going to stick this sucker back in here. And you got to spring load it. But also, and I'll get that tightened up, but I sent my injectors out to Sin Performance in Ottawa, Tennessee, and he did some cleaning and flow testing, and it turned out one injector was flowing about 15% less than the rest of these. So these were flowing great, and he did a really quick turnaround time. Being that we're both in Tennessee, but I mean, even though the shipping was a little bit quicker on that, he did, once he received it, he cleaned them, flowed them, and it pretty much returned them right back. So shout out to Sin Performance. He also put in new O-rings, which I mean, I guess I'll have to save these for spares. But yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I mean, he put in new O-rings. The old ones were a little bit beat up, but we're not going to use that because I end up ordering brand new injectors from TRE Performance out of California. But the new ones doesn't have that black finish on there, which may match up pretty good with my valve cover and turbo and everything. But I was like, well, I got some pretty good use out of it. I mean, it's been years of using, I would say over 15 years of using those RCs. And the other debate was, do I order newer injectors that are, has better tuning, better flow, all that good stuff with the newer technology? If I did that, then I would need another tune. So I'm trying to get back on the road because we're going to classic Hondas on the Dragon, and I wanted it, I didn't have time to get it tuned. Plus, I don't want to spend the extra money to get it tuned and get it scheduled and all that stuff. The closest reputable tuner around here is probably in Atlanta, which is about 3.5, 4 hours away. And I just want to get it back on the road. These have been working. Of course, I could upgrade to the newer injectors and have probably better part throttle and this and that, but I decided to just go with the old school RCs. So we're going to get that installed and try to get it back on the road. So I got the fuel filter back on. Do have a rubber grommet around it, zip tied to it. Just kind of hold it in place, and also got a rubber grommet right at the subframe. And I probably could use some degreasing down here. Maybe we'll get that done when we come back from East Tennessee. So good thing is these injectors did come with new hardware. Get the extended studs here along with the spacer. And I thought it was, this might have been old stock since there are older style injectors and, there's newer technology now, but this has actually been flowed by RC fuel injection 7/19/2024. So that's good to see. It's not just, hasn't been sitting there for a long time. I mean, it's October now, so only, you know, been there for a few months in stock, so that's good to know. And the actual numbers are pretty close together, so like the flow rate. So I did use a little bit of silicone lubricant. I sprayed it on the rag and just real lightly put some on the O-rings, just so it won't be so dry and it could, you know, slip in there easily. And what I did 3 of them so far. This 4th one, you just find a spot on the rail, and it takes a little bit of force, but you'll hear a little click. There it goes. It'll kind of seat into the rail, and at that point you just stick it into the intake manifold. Make sure my wires are routed where I want to. So we got these spacers, and I'm using a bolt, stainless steel bolt. I want it to go down as evenly as possible, while having these injector clips kind of angled a little bit so the wire is not so much at an angle. And I just snug them down. We're bolting into aluminum, so you don't want to go too crazy on them. And I'll double check my wires, because I do have them marked or tagged with the injector number. Number 4, number 3, and number 2, and injector 1. So the other thing with these are the peak and hold. So I do have a resistor box wired in. And if I went with a newer injector, I would need new injector clips. I would have to remove the resistor box, because it supplies 20 or 12 volts, or it supplies the DC power, and then the ECU will ground it out to fire it. So hopefully this will take care of my issues. And I think I have to wait till the morning to fire it up. It's kind of late. I just got off work and working on this. So, but I can prime the pump and see if there's any fuel leaks. there we have it. We have a fuel leak. Since I moved the fuel rail, I must have moved that just a little bit, and now we got a leak. I'll tighten that up real quick. So I took this off the little, this is a coupling here. And let's see if you can see it. You look closely, that's pretty much, that O-ring pretty much flattened out. And if I could find another O-ring, that'd be great, but I may just have to order a whole new fitting. Okay, so I went ahead and ordered new fittings for both of these. That way I get new O-rings on them. But I was able to reseat them. Essentially took it all the way out, put it back on, and it's not leaking at the moment, but as you see, that O-ring was smashed and it's got, you know, a lot of use out of it. So it's better to spend $10 on a new fitting with new O-rings than risk it. So, and seeing that that's happening, we have to go through this fuel system again and make sure everything is up to snuff. So we'll fire it up in the morning. So I could tell a difference already with the initial startup. It didn't have any popping and banging. It's a whole lot smoother. So that is a big difference already. You have the fittings coming in. It was a same-day delivery, so should be here, but I'll probably be at work by the time it comes in. We'll do another late night change. That way we get some fresh O-rings in there, and we'll start blacking this stuff out. And next time, because I'll probably upgrade or change out these fuel lines too, since things are starting to wear down from over the years. And I'm going to go with black next time, just like how I went with the return line on here. And from the fuel pressure regulator down, I'm going to replace that too. So yeah, just need to freshen up some things so it could stay reliable. So I went for a test drive, and it drives 10 times better. It's really smooth. Before I was getting off the line and it making shifts, it would kind of stutter and stumble a little bit, and it made me feel like I couldn't drive a stick, but now it's a whole lot smoother. The drivability is pretty much perfect, and I could really tell a difference with these brand new injectors. So thanks for everybody's help, and here it is. All right, good thing we got the Amazon Prime same-day delivery. I'm out here after work again, and we got the new fittings. I'm going to replace both ends of these. We got a -8 on the inlet, and got a -6 on the return. So get that swapped out real quick. All right, I got them swapped out. Then I'm going to turn the key to on, let the fuel pump prime, and see if we have any leaks. All right, we're still showing a little under 40 pounds of pressure. It looks like this t-shirt's dry. So I think we're good on that. Since it's late out, I'm gonna go for a drive in the morning.